On our website, you can get PDF learning materials for free. Please visit englist.me.
Crook.
A bend or curve, especially in a rod or stick, someone who has committed a crime or has been legally convicted of a crime.
Examples:
High-tech crook. A crook in a stream. The police caught the crook after a string of burglaries.
Grandparent.
A parent of one's father or mother.
Examples:
Great-grandparent. Person of grandparent age. She was close to her paternal grandparents and often spent summers with them.
Gulf.
A large ocean inlet or deep bay that is partially enclosed by land.
Examples:
Gulf War. Gulf Stream. The Gulf of Mexico is a body of water in the southern United States.
Instinct.
An inborn behavioral pattern that is often responsive to specific stimuli, an innate feeling that causes you to act or believe that something is true.
Examples:
Instinct for self-preservation. Aggressive instinct. When faced with a dangerous situation, his initial instinct was to flee.
Bury.
To place a dead body in the ground, grave, or tomb.
Examples:
Bury in the earth. Bury emotion. There is plenty of space to bury everyone.
Cringe.
To move back or away from someone or something because you are afraid or shocked, to shrink as in fear, disgust, or embarrassment.
Examples:
Cringe with fear. Cringe at the thought of an accident. The dog cringed at its master's voice.
Stash.
To store or hide something in a safe or secret place, especially for future use.
Examples:
Stash gems in a safe. Stash your phone. He stashed away a large amount of money in a Swiss bank.
Pretension.
The act of claiming or asserting something, especially without good reason or without evidence, an unfounded or excessive claim or ambition.
Examples:
Pretension to authority. Baseless pretension. His pretensions of being a gourmet were quickly exposed when he could not identify basic herbs and spices.
Repurpose.
To use something again for a different purpose than it was originally intended.
Examples:
Repurpose an old building. Repurpose a used car. The old barn was repurposed into a modern event space.
Rag.
A piece of cloth, especially an old one, torn or cut into strips and used for cleaning.
Examples:
A rag of cloud. Rag doll. He used an old rag to clean the grease off the car's engine.
Ember.
A small piece of smoking wood or coal that remains after a fire has died out. A spark or glowing fragment that remains after something has been consumed or destroyed.
Examples:
Smoldering ember. Red hot ember. The warm ember from the fireplace glowed brightly.
Sensibility.
Mental responsiveness and awareness towards something.
Examples:
Cultural sensibility. Design sensibility. Everything he writes shows the breadth of his sensibility.
Industrious.
Hardworking, diligent, and persistent in effort.
Examples:
Industrious worker. Industrious student. He was known to be very industrious and would often work late into the night.
Nostalgia.
A sentimental longing or wistful affection for a period in the past.
Examples:
A warm nostalgia. Nostalgia trip. The ice cream truck sound brought back nostalgia from my childhood.
Craze.
An enthusiasm for a particular activity, object, or idea that appears suddenly and achieves widespread but short-lived popularity, a fad.
Examples:
Craze for speculation. Fitness craze. We experienced a craze for electric vehicles as interest in green tech grew.
Yesteryear.
The past, especially a past era or time period that is now considered outdated.
Examples:
Yesteryear fashion. Yesteryear nostalgia. My grandparents love reminiscing about their favorite movies from yesteryear.
Zeitgeist.
The spirit or general outlook of a particular period of time, especially as it is reflected in the beliefs and attitudes of that time, the cultural, intellectual, or moral climate of a society or era.
Examples:
The zeitgeist of the era. Cultural zeitgeist. The political speech resonated with the zeitgeist of national unity and cooperation.
Troublesome.
Causing difficulty or annoyance for someone.
Examples:
Undertake a troublesome task. Troublesome behavior. He had to resolve a troublesome event that happened unexpectedly.
Cognizant.
Aware of or knowledgeable about something, having consciousness or recognition of something.
Examples:
Cognizant of the risk. Become cognizant. I have to be cognizant of my budget when I go on vacation.
Salient.
Most noticeable or important, striking.
Examples:
The salient part of the speech. Salient feature. The most salient point made during the presentation was the potential profit increase.
Augment.
To increase the size, extent, quantity, etc. of something by adding something to it.
Examples:
Augment the reality. Augment immunity. Economic factors and monetary policy augmented inflation.
Redo.
To do again, usually to correct or improve upon a previous attempt, to renovate or redesign something to make it better or more suitable.
Examples:
Redo a kitchen. Redo a project. I had to redo my entire presentation because the formatting was off.
Palatable.
Having a pleasant or acceptable taste, pleasing or agreeable to the mind or senses, easily tolerated or accepted.
Examples:
Palatable food. Palatable solution. I'm usually a picky eater, but the seafood at this restaurant was surprisingly palatable.
Revisal.
An act of revising or reviewing something, particularly a written text or document.
Examples:
Revisal process. The revisal of the project timeline. The critic suggested a revisal of the script to make it more engaging for the audience.
Porous.
Having many small holes and being able to absorb or pass through fluids.
Examples:
Porous materials. Porous membrane. Our unfenced and largely unpoliced border inevitably has been very porous for insurgents.
Vantage.
A position or place that provides a commanding or advantageous view or perspective, a favorable position or advantage.
Examples:
Strategic vantage. Gain advantage. From our vantage point, we could see the whole city skyline.
Ancestor.
A person from whom one is descended, a forefather.
Examples:
Ancestor language. Earliest human ancestor. My remote ancestor immigrated to the United States from Ireland in the 1800s.
Resonate.
To be filled with a deep echoing sound.
Examples:
Deeply resonate with the consumers. Resonate in the same frequency. The sound resonates well in this theater.
Elevate.
To raise something from a lower to a higher position, to give a promotion to or assign to a higher position.
Examples:
Elevate educational standards. Elevate a close relationship. Eating food in a hurry elevates blood glucose levels.
Retell.
To tell someone about something again or differently.
Examples:
Retell a story. Retell an old tale. He retells the truth to plead not guilty.
Upend.
To turn or flip over, to overthrow or upset the established order.
Examples:
Upend a table. Upend a tradition. The sudden news upended their plans for the weekend.
Squirm.
To twist, wiggle, or contort the body uncomfortably or awkwardly, often due to embarrassment, discomfort, or nervousness.
Examples:
Squirm uncomfortably. Squirm with excitement. The child squirmed out of his mother's grasp and ran off.
Savior.
A person who rescues a people from harm or danger. In Christianity, Jesus Christ, who is a teacher and prophet born in Bethlehem and active in Nazareth.
Examples:
Political savior. Pray to the Savior. The guru of that religion thought of himself as a savior.
Underwrite.
To assume financial responsibility for something.
Examples:
Underwrite a loan. Underwrite an issue of shares. The insurance company decided to underwrite the policy for the new building.
Outweigh.
To be heavier, more significant, or more critical than something.
Examples:
Outweigh the benefit. Outweigh our wishes. The advantages would undoubtedly outweigh the disadvantages.
Playwright.
A person who writes plays.
Examples:
Acclaimed playwright. A playwright attached to the theater. The playwright's work was praised by critics and audiences alike.
Confuse.
To mistake one thing for another, to make somebody hard to understand.
Examples:
Confuse the listener. Confuse fantasy with reality. Her remarks confused the debate.
Synonymous.
Having the same or a similar meaning as another word or phrase.
Examples:
Synonymous terms. Non-synonymous mutation. The phrase big shot and important person are synonymous.
Unstage.
Onto or on a stage in a theater, in front of an audience.
Examples:
Appeared on stage. Walk on stage. He performed his magic trick on stage, leaving the audience in awe. Nauseme. Also used as ad nauseam, a feeling of sickness with an inclination to vomit, commonly associated with dizziness, weakness, and a loss of appetite. Ad nauseam, adjective or, repeated or discussed excessively, to the point where it becomes annoying, tedious, or boring.
Examples:
Nauseam feeling. Ad nauseam repetition. The song played on the radio to an ad nauseam degree.
Categorical.
Stating something as an absolute fact, without the possibility of doubt or exception, relating to or included in a category or categories.
Examples:
Categorical denial. Law of categorical judgment. She made a categorical statement that she would never eat sushi.
Permutation.
A rearrangement of a set of items, especially into a different order.
Examples:
A repeated permutation. A circular permutation. The mathematician was fascinated by permutations and combinations.